It's my first time, I think, recording like with audio using this DG Pocket, and the windows are open because it's quite hot, so I hope that's fine. But I just got back from the art supply shop. I also had my Monday coffee ritual. It's something I do every start of the week. I read, I journal, I write work plans. So it has been quite a challenge picking out a sketchbook that I really wanted. So I hope to get that in, and I also wanted to sort of document this week of me figuring out when and how I can make time for art, because my long time excuse is like I have no time for it, but I have like a lot of time that I allot for my digital work, admin work, getting everything done from start to finish. But the creative part is sort of lost in the process, and it kind of feels weird because technically I'm an artist, but I don't do that much art. And it's always like, oh, content, content, film, record, upload. And I just want to get back to this like momentum of creating more in a day, especially now like the sun sets at 9 in the evening, so I have no excuse. So what I did this morning was I organized my desk so I could film. Actually, my camera is right here, and it's been set up in such a way that I have no excuse to not use it. In some way, the desk space I have is quite limited, but I just work with what I can and do everything. But for now, it's just a quick lunch break first. I prepared like something simple for lunch, and then I'm gonna go back to doing more drawing and maybe unpacking the sketchbook that I got. I'm very excited about that. So I wanted to quickly show you some of the things I got before I go back to journaling and updating my backlog. So first I got this 𝚝𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 travel journal. It's quite thick, and actually I wasn't planning on getting this, but I like the feel of it, and I can totally imagine myself like bringing this around when I'm traveling or just going places, because I do have a traveler's notebook sized one, but it's not so portable, and I always feel a bit like conscious about it because it's not so heavy duty. And since this is hardcover, I think it will be nice to carry around with me. Hopefully I get to fill it up as desired. And then I got these two pens from Sakura. So I've been a huge Sakura fan in recent times because it's quite accessible here in Germany. And these ones, actually I've tried the brush when I started lettering before, but I want to use it now for non-lettering stuff, for drawing. And then this PN, I have no idea what the PN means, but it has a really nice grip, which I'll show you in a bit. So I decided to get these to try them out as well. So my Sakura pen family is growing. Lastly, I got this. I wasn't planning on getting this, but actually my cousin recommended getting the Strathmore, but it wasn't available in Bosner, so I ended up getting this one. This is actually very popular according to Fran. I've watched her sketch on this particular sketchpad, and I also have a digital copy of her ugly sketchbook PDF, and she uses this. And actually this is made in the US, and it's called the Render sketchbook, and it's not supposed to, media won't bleed through pages. So that was what I wanted to try out. And also it's not so heavy. Bosner had a lot of heavy duty sketchbooks, but honestly I have considered bringing this around also inside my tote bag. So I wanted to have something that was a bit stable and not so heavy, and it lays flat. So hopefully this will do the job, and hopefully this will propel me to start sketching more, because that's always been my current problem. Today is Wednesday. I had grand plans of filming a whole lot of things today. However, I woke up at 3 in the morning with really bad cramps. It's not fun. it was not fun at all. I couldn't sleep properly. I had to make tea and it was a whole thing. So basically, I woke up kind of like groggy this morning at 10 and I wanted to go out to feel something. Sometimes I have those tendencies, but initially I had a lot of plans today. I was gonna have a meeting in the morning and I was gonna meet a friend in the afternoon, but both of them, I postponed the meeting, online meeting, and in the afternoon my friend decided to postpone because he was also busy. So I have the rest of the afternoon to make art. So that's gonna be the plan. I was talking to my cousin Val, who is a painter, and I was telling her like, oh, you know, yesterday I painted for an hour and it was so hard to focus. And she told me, she's a painter, so she told me her prime spot or like her flow state is like 90 minutes minimum, which is like an hour and a half. So I'm gonna try doing that today. I already saved up some reference pictures so I could like figure out what I wanted to paint. It's always nice to have that because I always tend to take photos of things that I see and then I forget about them. But honestly, I take photos of those for reference purposes. So I usually use my iPad for that. Yesterday I had a nice like sketching session, but I wasn't so satisfied with the output. So maybe I want to spend more time today to deal with that. But first things first, I did some errands. I went to the post office and I got stamps. So I actually have decided to send out postcards to some lovely friends in different parts of the world. I have sent some last end of May and I wanted to send another batch. And these are the postcards that I really love because the colors and they're very like vintagey style and I really like them. I'm planning to send out some also to patrons on the highest tier when we get to shifting the tiers. So that's that. And I also picked up a package from May and Berry. So we're going to unbox these today. I had no EQ at the coffee shop. I already opened it. I was like, you know what? I really wanted to see what was inside. And it was so delightful to see these goodies. So I'll show you one by one. First, we have this Schlepper Crew brush set. It's really pretty and it has all these different tips and also like the info at the back, so they're going to be great for watercolor painting, especially for urban watercolor painting because of the different tips and it can hold water well. And then this is the QR code for the book with all the supplementary videos. And also I got this little sweet note from Sue and Yasmin. Thank you so much to the lovely ladies of May and Berry. I actually have been following them for quite a while and me and my friend Elie, we always like talk about them. So it's nice that we know each other virtually. And I do want to send them a copy of my book when it arrives as well. So here are the main attractions. So we have this really gorgeous print that I am going to be hanging. Not sure if in this flat because I'll be moving soon, but it's really pretty. I think I have to find a place for it here, maybe on top of my shelf or on top of my desk area. And then this is the book. It's really thick, really chunky. Urban Watercolor Journey. I'll pull you in closer so you can see the close-up. So the book has a lot of step-by-step. And I am not very good at German yet, but I sort of understood the different techniques that were shown here, which was great because I feel like I'm in this like creative rut and I would like to have some reference guides here or like at least be accountable. I particularly love this one. It's my favorite. It's New York and the skylines are just beautiful. And it's also so amazing to see this process because my process is entirely different and I do want to pick up some tips and tricks on how to best paint different landscapes, different subjects, especially when I'm traveling. Thank you so much to the lovely May and Berry for sending this over. I've been legitimately enjoying this really small size because I feel like I'm accomplishing so much by finishing a page, but I'm still at that point where I'm not so sure what I like to draw about. Because if I had my way, I think I'd draw a lot about like words and like lettering, and it's pulling me back to my handlettering days, which is frankly a good thing, but it's also like a question of how I want to document this and how it's gonna exist or coexist with my other sketchbooks, which I'm still figuring out at this point. Will this be like a dump and then I'll have like a reference? I don't know. Or should I just finish one and like move on to the next? Future Abby will decide on that. But I think I don't really want to overdo it at this point and just be happy with what I did today and call it a day. Hey. What are we looking for today?
That's a good question.
What was that? PN? Plastic nib? Yeah. Today is Friday and I just got back from a apparently I walked 13,000 steps, which is kind of rare in Berlin cases, but I went to a lot of places today. Yesterday I had this whole I was getting a bit spent on doing so much creative work all at the same time. And also I woke up yesterday with construction. There was there's still a scaffolding here by my window and I just didn't want to deal with that, so I went out to a coffee shop and I brainstormed some ideas, which was great. And then I watched Lightyear impulsively at night because I saw that it was showing at the nearby cinema and I really liked it. I have yet to sketch about it, but it was a really great film. I love Pixar. And then today I spent most of the day with Sara, so we had a lot of fun having coffee. Usually we start the day with coffee and then we talked a lot about our creative practices with Patreon, with vlogging, with YouTube and all these creator stuff. Also, I made a quick side trip to Modular because earlier this week I finally narrowed down and revised my Patreon tiers. So it has been a long time coming since wanting to change this up. Berlin, everyone, Berlin. Anyway, so I finally switched the Patreon tiers and they're going to be, I think by the time this vlog is up, it's gonna be launched. And so I wanted to provide a handwritten postcard to the first few patrons who pledged the highest tier, which is the VIP tier, or I'd like to call the very important patron tier. So I went to Modelor earlier and I got it was so funny when I was like checking out, the cashier was like just like tagging all. I'm like, oh, that's 5 of each in each design, and he was like, okay. So I got these lovely postcards. They're actually my favorite. It's the ones that I send to friends all the time, and I decided to cop a lot for the upcoming patrons. So if you want to join the tier, I will make this, I mean, it's quite near here. I just take like 4 or 5 stops from my subway. So I will provide the signed postcard for every patron who joins until end of July. I also already bought the stamps. So I am looking forward to write like a secretary. I love writing, so I think this isn't really an issue for me. And I'd love to send like a little thank you to those who pledged to that tier. So yeah, this vlog ends here. Weekend plans, I actually already have my... Sometimes I'm just lazy. I ordered a pad thai takeout from the nearby like Asian restaurant, and I'm ready to pig out. I also bought chips. It's my first time, like, I love chips like these, and my bag was like super full coming home, and people actually saw the huge bag of chips. Honestly, at this point I don't really care anymore. And not that this is a shopping vlog, but I finally got myself a pair of Birks, and I'm so... You wanna see it? I got this one. This is the Madrid Big Buckle in pecan. I've been eyeing this since Hamburg last week, and then I was on a call with my mom last Sunday, and she was saying like, oh Achi, that's big sister in Chinese, oh Achi, I really want to get the Madrid Big Buckle. I'm like, me too. We have the same taste, so I'm looking forward to wear that because the sandals I'm currently wearing gives me blisters, and summer is quite slowly coming in, and so yeah, I'm really looking forward to use that for future like errands and like walking and meeting friends. So yeah, that is the end of this little vlog. I wanted to experiment also on like documenting more of my creative process, so I do hope you enjoyed this little vlog, and I plan to do more of these because I really like recording a lot of these like little moments, and also I feel like it's my little film that I make, trying to channel my inner frustrated filmmaker self. But thank you so much for watching, and I would like to share that I now have monthly exclusive videos on Patreon, so if you want to check that out and join our art club and support me on my creative journey, you can do so by heading to patreon.com/Abbey Sy. I'll see you guys on the next vlog. Take care. Bye from Berlin.